Pandyam Shivu Shiyuda Patkanam Shivu Vashavam Sham Shivupam Shrichatam Sankam Raganatam Tam Tam Sachivam Satvaitam Savadutam Bhajam Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sankanalita Shri Krishna Kam Vitam Sham Shri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Jatpate Krisha Kopka Kantara Kanta Namastate Sapta Kansana Gavan Kirade Vinyapanashti Vishavana Sutidevi Panamaya Haripe Pankakapti Vyasha Kipas Nibhivasha Patanam Bhavanayo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Krishna Krishna Vishnu Srimati Bhakti Saraswati Namini. Namo Krishna Krishna Vishnu Srimati Bhakti Vinod Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini. Nivsi Singhavadi Paskachari Desatarini. Good evening, everyone. This evening I will present the first session of a seminar. It's called the 24 Spiritual Masters. It's based on the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Most devotees are acquainted with the first cantos of the Bhagavatam, but it's rare that a devotee has read the whole Bhagavatam, although there are a few. The Shishigani Taiki, Charan Bhakti, but the 11th canto is situated, is a canto after the 10th canto, which is the direct pastimes of Krishna. The 10th canto is divided in 3 parts. It's the Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, Krishna's Mathura, the pastimes in Mathura, then Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka. And at the end of these Dwarka pastimes, that's where the story begins, of the 11th canto. 11th canto is full of jnana, knowledge, transcendental knowledge. We find the same transcendental knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is divided in, we can divide in 3 sections. The first 6 chapters deal with Karma Yoga, how to act in Krishna consciousness. Then the 6 middle chapters are about devotional service, most important chapters. And the last 6 chapters are also about jnana, knowledge, transcendental knowledge. So this transcendental knowledge is very important, because by applying the techniques, the spiritual techniques which we find in this transcendental knowledge, by applying them, we can liberate ourselves from this material world and become Krishna conscious and go back to the spiritual world. So it's very important that so I see it as my service to the devotees to study the Bhagavatam, because most devotees don't have much time to study the Bhagavatam, so I study it for them, and then I prepare seminars and try to explain the essence of certain themes or aspects of the Bhagavatam, and not only just trying to explain the essence, but trying to explain how we can apply these spiritual techniques in our lives and make spiritual advancement. That So therefore, the 11th canton, within the 11th canton, from the 7th to the 23rd chapter, we have a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Uddhava. We will explain soon who Uddhava is. And it's like a second Bhagavad Gita in the Bhagavatam. It was mainly Lord Krishna reveals the same transcendental knowledge as in the Bhagavad Gita, but he adds some more confidential points in the Uddhava Gita. So this Uddhava Gita from chapter 7 to 23, and we will speak about the first 4 chapters of the Uddhava Gita. It's from chapter 3 to 7 to 11. Yeah. And this deals about 24 spiritual masters. We'll come to that and explain what it means. But first, today I want to give an introduction to give you an idea what it is about and how important it is. It starts with in Dwarka. Krishna lives as 16,000 palaces in Dwarka, and 16,000 queens. And from each queen he had 10 sons and 1 daughter. So you can calculate what kind of population that is. That's immense. It's a big city. But somewhere or another, one of Krishna's grandsons, they were very youthful, very young, like 15, 16 years old, and it's a difficult age. And they were joking at a certain moment they started to joke with some sages. Samba means, Sa-amba is Sanskrit. Amba means mother. Sa means always with, the one who is always with his mother, Samba. He was dressed as a young girl, and they dressed him as such that he looked like being pregnant. And they came before the sages, and they asked the sages, "Look at this beautiful girl. She's pregnant. Please tell us, will she give birth of a boy or a girl?" And some way or another, the sages felt insulted, and they cursed them. They said to the joking boys, she will give birth to a lump of iron, and this will be the destruction of the Yadu dynasty. That's a terrible curse. Anyway, then they looked up under the clothing of Samba, and they found a big iron lump, and of course they were very disturbed, because although they were boys, but they knew that these sages were very powerful. And they went to King Ugrasena with the lump of iron and told what happened. And then King Ugrasena decided to grind the whole lump of powder, the whole lump of iron to powder. And when it was all powdered, iron in powder form, he ordered to throw it in the ocean. There was only a little hard part which could not be grinded, and they throw it also in the ocean. Anyway, that's the story. But then, when Lord Krishna heard that the other dynasty was cursed by the sages, he asked all the ministers to come to the assembly hall with Ugrasena. And Lord Krishna said, this is very serious. All the Yadus, they should now go to Prabhas and perform rituals and give charity to the Brahmins and take a bath, and that's to counteract this curse of the sages. And then at the end, Lord Krishna left the assembly. But Uddhav, a pure devotee of Krishna, was present during that meeting. And a pure devotee, he knows the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is such a pure devotee that it's mentioned, Lord Narayan tells to Narada Muni, Sadhava hridayam sadhana hridayam tvam matanyata tena jananti mamtebyoh managapi. It says, Lord Narayan says to Durvasa Muni, my pure devotee thinks always of me within his heart. And in my heart, I'm always thinking of my pure devotee. My pure devotee does not know anything else on me, and I do not know anything else on my pure devotee. That's quite an intimate relationship. Uddhav was on the highest level of devotion. In Nectar of Devotion it's mentioned there are different levels of devotion. You have devotional service in practice, you have devotional service in ecstasy, and devotional service in love of God, prema. He was on the highest, always in ecstasy. But then, when the meeting was over, Lord Krishna was going to the forest. And then Uddhava was following him. He followed him. And they met at a certain point where Krishna stopped and was sitting with his back to a pipala tree. And then Uddhav offered his obeisance to the Supreme Lord and said, my dear Lord, I think you are winding up your pastimes. Because Uddhava noted that Lord Krishna encouraged all the Yadus to go to Prabhas, to perform rituals and so on, but he knew Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could have counteracted the curse by his own power immediately. So he understood this is happening by the will of the Supreme Lord. Krishna is arranging something. So he said to the Supreme Lord, you are winding up your pastimes. And Lord Krishna explained, yes, because my mission has been finished. But what was the mission of Krishna in this world? There are various reasons, but originally he was called by Bhumi and by Lord Brahma and the demigods to appear on this earth to remove the burden of so many demons who were exploiting people in the world. So Krishna arranged for that. The battle of Kurukshetra was a big purification of all these Kshatriyas who were trying to exploit the earth. Millions of them died. A big war. But now, the Yadu dynasty, that were Krishna's own sons and daughters. His sons were as powerful as him. So, if they would have remained on earth, they would have become a big burden for the earth. So he made arrangements for them to be removed. That's what will happen in Brahmans later. They will kill each other, become drunk and kill each other. But then Uddhava said, yes, you are making arrangements to wind up your pastimes. He said, please, let me go with you. Let me go with you back to the spiritual world. Then Lord Krishna said, yes, but first I have a mission for you. Because in the Himalayas, in Badarika, there are sages who very much desire my association. But I have to wind up now my pastimes. I will not be able to go. So you, Uddhav, you should now take sannyas. Take sannyas, and I will give you a message for the sages of Badarika. And we'll go to, but after my appearance, go to Badarika Shram and communicate this message to the sages. And that message is the Uddhav Gita. And so I will speak on the first chapters, the first instructions, which Uddhav received from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna starts with giving 8 instructions to Uddhav and describes 5 results of these instructions. Now, but to execute these 8 instructions, in addition, Lord Krishna will tell a story of an Avaduta Brahmin. That Avaduta means, it's someone who does not follow the normal rules and regulations as we know. He's a free man. But that's like Lord Nityananda was a Supreme Personality of Godhead, was also an Avaduta. So Krishna tells his story from this Avaduta Brahman, which is in fact a conversation between King Yadu and this Avaduta Brahman. This Avaduta Brahman, is a liberated person, and King Yadu has remarked that this person is completely transcendental. No fear, no anxiety, always happy. That's a sign of someone who is liberated. And the scripture is also, there are two kinds of fools. The one in complete ignorance who is intoxicated and he doesn't know anything anymore. He's like happy. But that's happiness due to ignorance. But then you have the Avadhuta Brahman here. He's complete in transcendental ecstasy. He has achieved transcendental happiness. And King Yadu remarked that, and he asked them, the Avadhuta Brahman, please tell me, I see you are in such a liberated state. How did you come to that state? Please tell me. Then the Avadhuta Brahman started to tell his story to King Yadu. So this story the conversation between King Yadu and Avadhuta Brahman is told by Lord Krishna to Uddhav as a message for the sages of Badarakasha. And then the Avadhuta Brahman starts to tell how he learned from 28 spiritual masters. I will speak about 24 of them, because Avadhuta Brahman also learned 4 things from his own body. That's another thing. But now, before coming to that story of the Avadhuta Brahman, Lord Krishna will give these 8 instructions to Uddhav on how to become Krishna conscious. And these 24 spiritual masters, they are supporting these 8 instructions. It helps us to execute them. It's additional. Because we will see that the Avadhuta Brahman will learn from natural elements like earth, fire, water. He will learn from animals. He will learn even from a prostitute and from people. From a child. So many things he learns. But that does not mean that I can learn from nature and so on. So I don't need a spiritual master. No, that's not what Krishna says. Because before he said already to Uddhav, Tasma Gaut Prabhacheta Jihnasu Shreya Uttama. For the ultimate good of life, you have to inquire from a spiritual master, accept the spiritual master. Tasmat in Sanskrit means it's compulsory. You have to. So we learn from the spiritual master who instructs us in transcendental knowledge. He's a postman. The bona fide spiritual master, he just repeats what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita and explains you how to bring it into practice. But he says the same thing. It's not a Superman or something with Shakti, no, he just gives you the knowledge and how to practice it. Then you have to work yourself. Then you have to use your intelligence. How to apply these instructions of the Guru, how to apply it in one's life. And to do that, one has to use one's intelligence. And we will see that this Avadhuta Brahman is using his intelligence by his experiences to create detachment from the world. Now, I will start with telling you the 5 results. Then you can let me know if you want. to hear the 8 instructions. So Krishna says, if you follow these 8 instructions, I keep them secret for now, but if you follow these 8 instructions, you will be able to perceive the pure self, and thus your mind will be satisfied. So you will, Krishna says, you will be able to see who you are. That's nobody in this world has ever seen who he is. We all think we are the body, but that we are the consciousness in the body, the soul. That nobody ever has seen oneself. We are so covered over by the material energy that we don't know who we are. But by following these instructions, Krishna says, you will be able to perceive your pure self. Yasyatma subhashidati, Sutta Goswami says, then you experience great happiness when you find yourself. And then, when you know who you are, the second result, Krishna says, you will become dear to all living entities. That a friend of all living entities. Like the 6 Goswamis. Dira dira jana priya priyakara nirmatsara puchita. So the 6 Goswamis were dear to everyone, to the rough people and to the and to the other people. To the devotees, to the non-devotees, they were dear to everyone. So one will become dear to everyone. And the third result, Krishna says, you will never be hampered by any disturbances in life. What does that mean? That you can not any disturbances. That state is called samadhi. It's described in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna. In that state of perfection called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind, the same thing, one sees the self. And to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. And established thus, one never departs from the truth. And upon gaining this, he thinks that there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, here we come to the point. One is never shaken even in the midst of greatest difficulty. So it's not hampered by any disturbances. Krishna says the same thing to Arjuna, where at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, I think it's 58. Yeah. If you become conscious of me, Krishna says to Arjuna, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not walk in such consciousness, but act to false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. So you will be passed over all the obstacles of conditioned life. That's the third effect. So the first effect was, one sees the pure self. I come to know who I am really. Then one comes dear to everyone, and one is not disturbed by anything anymore. And then 4, Krishna says, one acts spontaneously according to religious principles and avoids sinful activities. Spontaneously. because if one is on the level of the soul, but does it describe if one is the level on the level of the soul and is engaged in devotional service? Three things happen at the same time. That one feels devotion for Krishna. That's the first thing. One has a direct experience of Krishna and is detached from the material world. That happens at the same time. So this detachment from the world happens on that level automatically, spontaneously. One is not attracted to anything anymore in this world. Then 5. One never falls again into the cycle of birth and death. That's Bhagavad Gita. Abrahma pufanaudoka punavardinarina mamupetya kaunteya punarjanma navidyate. One who attains my abode, Krishna says, never comes back to the cycle of birth and death. So, do you think you want to hear the 8 instructions? That the 8 instructions. Some are not so easy. But don't feel encouraged. You will go to the 24 spiritual masters, and if you remember all these stories of the spiritual master, you certainly will feel encouraged to make advancement. So, the first instruction that before presenting this account of the Avadhuta Brahman, so Lord Krishna gives these 8 instructions, and the first one is give up all attachment to your personal friends and relatives. So, relatives. And that's the word, English word relative. You have your father, you have your son. These are relatives. It's relative. It's not absolute. It's there now because you have this body. But from the moment you are in the next body, then this relationship is not there anymore. Therefore, they are relatives. So we have to give up our attachment to them, Krishna says. It does not mean that we have to reject them or something. No, we have to understand these relatives. They are spirit souls and they have a relationship with Krishna. And that's, if I have my son, I have to take care of the spirit soul who is in ignorance, who has received comfort now by a body, and and Krishna wants me to educate this soul in Krishna consciousness. But one should not think someone as one's son or as a parent. One plays that role. Like in a drama, we have a certain costume, and we have to play the role designed with the costume. And with that, so we have to take care of our son. At the same time, understand that this attachment, this relation is illusory, in the sense it's very temporary. Soon we are out of the body to the next body. Just give up this attachment to your personal friends. Maharaj Parikshit, he was cursed to die in 7 days. And he saw it as a most unfortunate event, because by that he could cut in his attachment from his family, his royal position, and all these things. He could give it up. Give up all attachment. And we will see these instructions of the 24 spiritual master. It's very powerful to give up attachment. That if you hear them, that's because that's the first stage we have to. That yes. The second instruction is how to become Krishna conscious. Is Krishna says to Uddhava, just fix your mind on me. So that's in principle the only thing we have to do. Fix our mind on Krishna, think always of Krishna, serve always Krishna, feel always connected with Krishna, see everything in connection with Krishna. That's Krishna consciousness. And all the instructions from Shastra, they are meant to support that principle. The 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the first instruction Krishna gives, Maya Saktamana Prata Yogam Yungam Matashvasa Samsyam Samargamam Yata Shaknashi. Touchina. Now here are you now. How you can become full conscious of me? Just by fixing your mind on me. So then fix your mind on me, and then the next instruction is be always conscious of me. Do that always. And then by that Krishna gives the 4th instruction. Then when you are Krishna conscious, then you should see everything in this world with equal vision. That everyone is spirit soul. We are not man, not woman. That we are not Swiss, German, Belgium. No, we are not. We are not Hare Krishnas or Christians or whatever. No, we are spiritual. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We have a relationship with Krishna. That Krishna explains this in so many ways in the Bhagavad Gita. That Vidya Vinay Sambhane Brahmane Gavi Hashtini Shunisheshva Bhagasha Pandita Samarakshana. A pandit, a wise man, he sees an elephant, a dog, a meat eater, a Brahman, with equal vision. He sees that the spirit soul is in their heart, and that they are just covered by different bodies and different mixtures of the modes of material nature that create these bodies. He sees how they are covered by them, but he sees the spirit soul, and he makes no distinction. That only when one has equal vision can one be can one be the friend of everyone. Yes. If I favor someone and disfavor someone else, then the person will think, oh, he doesn't like me, and the other will say, he likes me, but we are not equal. That's the duality of this world. That's very dangerous. Because those who have equanimity in mind, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, they have conquered death. That's if you have that spiritual vision, which is a vision of reality. That's reality. We are all spirit souls, and we are all contaminated by impurities to a certain degree. But it doesn't matter. That's once we follow this instruction of Krishna, we can become Krishna conscious and leave the mental platform. Mental platform is seeing everything related to the body. This is good for the body, yes, I accept this. This is bad for the body, I reject it. That's material consciousness. This hankering and lamentation, that wanting so many desires to fulfill for the body and the mind, making a career, get a lot of possessions. Yes, that's we find this reflected also in so-called religiosity. People pray to God for so many things that the householder prays to God, please protect my possessions, my house, all my possessions, my achievement, the health of my family. Then at the same time, the thief, he prays to God, please, this is a very rich householder. Let me steal this night from this householder. And God has to solve all these problems. That's business. That's not reality. That's not seeing things with equal vision. That's seeing things related to the body. That because in the Bhagavatam it said, Yasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhatake yati tatra pumamma Yasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhatake. Said one who accepts this body made of 3 dhatus, that he's like, Saiva Goka, he's like an ass. That if one accepts the body as the self, it's Vadikala Pradesha Bhama Ichati. One who thinks that my land is worshipable now, that's all, Suspeisa tasmin bhagavan. Siyasyatma buddhikana patiti. Anyway, the third line is, one who takes bath at holy places and does not visit sages to get transcendental knowledge. Such a person is more concerned with the body, takes the body as a self, and such a person, in a Bhagavatam is mentioned, Saiva Gokra, is like a cow. It's like an animal, because an animal also thinks he's the body. It cannot get out of that concept. But we can, we are humans. We have the human body. Has the capacity to expand our intelligence and mind and understand spiritual matters. If our mind becomes purified of ignorance and passion. And if one is purified, then the 5th instruction that Krishna gives to Uddhava is, one should know that all the objects of the material senses are temporary. So everything in this world is temporary and changing all the time. You buy a car, you have to maintain it, otherwise soon it will not drive anymore. Everything starts changing. Our bodies changes. It's like you have a beautiful woman that's in the youth of our life, but it's like a beautiful flower. You pluck the flower, then 4 or 5 days later, what's happening with the flower? It looks very ugly. It becomes rotten. So, the same woman, 30, 40 years later, gone. Everything is temporary. That material senses, they're objects. That's all very temporary. We should not love the dress of the soul, the body, and all these things to enjoy, because it's very temporary. The sixth instruction, Krishna says, you should control your senses and subdue your mind. Krishna gives many instructions in Bhagavad Gita how to do that. And he starts by explaining why that's so important. Udarit atmanatmanam, atmanam avasadayat, atmaiva atmana bandhu, atmaiva ripu atmana. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the mind can be your best friend, or the mind, with the mind, when it's your best friend, it can elevate you to Krishna consciousness. When the mind is your enemy, it will degrade you to the material platform and will lead you to hell. The same mind. So you should learn how to make the mind your friend. What does it mean to make the mind your friend? Bandhuratmatmanastasya yanatmai patmanachanchitaha anatmastu sattvitvim partitatmaiva sattvivat. So the mind is your friend when it's controlled. The mind is your greatest enemy when it's uncontrolled. Anyway, the whole sixth chapter is about controlling the mind. Now at a certain moment, Arjuna will say to Lord Krishna, I cannot do it. How can one control the mind? It's like trying to control the wind. That's, of course, Arjuna was going to fight a battle. And yes, that's a very heavy test. But Krishna says, yes Arjuna, you can do it by abhyasa, by practice, and by vairagya, attachment. Therefore Krishna has said in the previous instructions, give up all attachment to the world. Understand all the material things are very temporary. Be interested in what's eternal, what's valuable. That's not in the temporary life of this body, but with so-called happiness and passing stool and thinking, yes, when I eat nicely, I'm happy, and because the pain of the hunger is gone. No, we should go in this life for higher happiness, higher enjoyment, spiritual happiness. But therefore, to get there, one has to control one's senses. Learn not to be attracted by things in this world. That ye samspasya boga tukayunya evate atyanta vantakantia nateshu buddha ramata. Ramati. So that's in the 5th chapter. Krishna says to Arjuna that the wise men, they are not interested in sense enjoyment because it's a cause of misery. Because that's this material world. From the moment you want to enjoy your senses, first it means you are exploiting material energy. You are exploiting others. It's nice, people go once a year on vacation, but then all the others have to serve him. That they are enjoying at the cost of the work of others. That's exploitation. So bring your senses under control. We will hear also in the 24th the instructions which will help us to understand that. And then the seventh instruction, Krishna says, and that's already for the advanced. He says, see the individual self in me. So Krishna says that also in Bhagavad Gita. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me, Krishna says. One who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I'm never lost to him and he's never lost to me. That is Krishna conscious vision. One sees the soul and Krishna in the soul of every living being. And he sees how Krishna is controlling the material energy. Because what Krishna explains is, yes, all the movement of the senses, of the eyes, the seeing, and it's Krishna who does things. That we are only the observer. Krishna is the doer in this world. And then the eighth instruction is realize all the transcendental knowledge of the Vedas that Krishna says. That yes, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sabhasya Sam Vidishan Vishta Mata Shmitaganam Avansha Vidasa Saiva Am Eva Vedya Vedanta Kit Vidavit Eva Chaham. Krishna says, by all the Vedas I'm to be known. That's the conclusion of the Vedas. That's also before Krishna says in Gita, Varnam Jnanam Ante Jnanavanam Pavachate Vaseva Samamitisa Samatmas Durlava. So the wise man, he concludes at the end that Krishna is everything. And then when one comes to that conclusion, if you know that Krishna is everything, that Krishna is the cause of all causes, that Krishna is the best friend of living entities, then you start devotional service to serve Krishna. That's the next step. Not only coming to the conclusion, yes, Krishna is everything, but then one has to come to the point of starting devotional service. These are the 8 instructions given by Lord Krishna to Uddhav and the 5 results. And then tomorrow we will hear more and start speaking about the first 4, 5, maybe 6 spiritual masters. Thank you very much. Any question or comment? Father? Okay. Maybe questions will come tomorrow when we go to the spiritual master. Thank you. Shantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki